is up, everybody? Today we are back on Minecraft, and we're going to be taking a look at some of the new features that were recently added into Minecraft for the console in TU25, and today we are more specifically going to be taking a look at classic crafting. Now, as I have seen in my comments very recently, a lot of people are wondering, how exactly do you classically craft in this Minecraft for the console, and how cool is it really? Well, let's go ahead and take a look. So first off, you're going to notice that when I actually open up this crafting table, I'm still getting the old crafting options with no noticeable way to change over to classic crafting, and that's because you actually have to come in here to your options menu, come down here to options, go to settings, user interface, and then there is this classic crafting option right here. So you want to go ahead and make sure that that box is checked. And now you're going to notice that not only when I open up the crafting table is it now classic crafting, but also if I go ahead and I go into my inventory, which is this button here, you can see now I also have a classic crafting option up here. So obviously, very simply, you can now go ahead and craft whatever you want, assuming that you do know the crafting recipe here in your inventory. So if I go ahead and I just craft a crafting table, whoo, that's hard to say. And I go ahead and I place it down here, even though I do already have some right there. I'll just go ahead and show you how it works. There you go. We can see, we can come in here, and now, like I said, as long as I know the crafting recipe for whatever I want to make, I'm not entirely sure where I was going with that. Actually, I don't know what that what that makes. That's not what I meant to do. I meant to have sticks, so I don't know why I had those planks. Anyway, so now I can go ahead and just craft whatever I want here in my inventory. You can see here if I wanted to craft a pickaxe, I can do that. And as just like on the PC, when you are going through and adding in items, you can see the items change as you go. So there you can see with 1 diamond I have a shovel, I have 1 diamond, or 2 diamonds rather, I have a hoe, and if I put in 3 I have an axe. So if you just kind of mess around with the different shapes and of things, you can actually go ahead and see what things will look like after you craft them. If I want to make a sword, I can do a little number like that. There we are. You can see that I can get a sword out. So if you don't know the recipes, it's really just kind of fun just to mess around with the crafting table, putting things into different shapes and sizes. And eventually, you'll come out likely with what you want to have. So like I said, really it's just based off of what it looks like. So you guys aren't used to crafting on the PC, just kind of put in what the item looks like and what you think the shape would be, and almost certainly you're going to come out with what item you want. So there you can see I pulled out a chest plate. If I want to make some pants, pretty simply, I'm just going to go ahead and put it in the shape of some pants. And you can see, whammo, there I have some pants. So it really is pretty simple. You just got to kind of experiment with it, and eventually you'll get it down, and you will be a classic crafting expert, and maybe you'll even be able to do it faster than some people can use the standard crafting menu. And if you guys don't want a classic craft anymore, you can very simply just come back in here to your user interface, turn off classic crafting, and then you are back on the normal crafting, and you can go ahead and do it this way like we've always done it in the past. So it's really quite simple just to swap between. So if you don't know the crafting recipe is something, you can either look it up. Obviously, you can see all the crafting recipes here down in the bottom left hand corner there. If you want to make mushroom stew, you can see what it looks like, the cookies there. So if you want to learn the crafting recipes instead of just kind of messing around trying to figure out what they look like, you can obviously look in here to get those as well. So anyway, as far as classic crafting goes, I think that's about all that there is to say. If you guys did enjoy this video, please do feel free to drop that down into the like section. The like section. I don't think there is a like section. Please feel free to drop me a like and subscribe for some more Minecraft console content in the future. If you guys have any questions about how classic crafting, wow, that is incredibly hard to say. Seriously, like try and say that like 10 times and I bet you won't be able to. Classic crafting. If you guys have any questions about how that works, feel free to drop that down into the comment section, and I will be sure to read through and answer those if I can. And I think with that said, that's about it for me. I do appreciate all of you guys watching, and I will see all of you guys later with another video. So, peace!